Welcome to EDC Journeys. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Enjoy! What's going on, EDC people, and what's our journey today? It is nothing to do with what you see on the screen, but this is my TCSON tactical bolt action pen and the Rough Rider Heavy Forge Stockman in T10 carbon. Look for a review of this knife coming up soon. But that's not what we're talking about. Today's video is what I think is my top 5 flipper knives that I have. Not overall, in the world, but the top 5 flippers that I have. So, starting with what I call, or would say, is number 5. And that's not to say that I don't like some other flippers I have, but this is what I choose as my top 5. Okay, so starting with number 5. The Gyanzo FH31 in D2 steel. It is dirty. FB knife, Firebird, but made by Ganzo, FH31 D2 steel, Warncliffe blade. This is kind of, and I just streaked all along. You guys know I'm obsessive about fingerprints on the blades, so I've got my little wipe at the ready. This knife was purchased kind of as a temporary holdover knife until I can get the TCSON 195 that I did borrow from Neves Knives and did a review on. But that having been said, even as a Firebird or Ganzo, Firebird, whatever it is called nowadays, I actually do kind of like this knife. Let me pause this for 1 second. I'm going to try to raise you up so I have a little more room here. Okay, that seems a little better anyways. So yeah, so number 5 would be the Gyanzo FH31. I do like the action. I like how it drop shuts. I like how it opens. It's a nice big heavy blade. Big chunk of D2 steel. I just actually was practicing some sharpening last night on it, so it is screaming sharp. I'll try to show you the edge a little bit if I can. Where's the zoom? There we go. You can see, because I can sharpen better, this is the kind of the natural, so this side I can do pretty well, and then going this way is the way I'm not comfortable quite yet with. So if you look at the tip of the bevel, say on the side that I'm good at, it's all, the bevel's kind of even all the way down, where when you look at this side, at the tip, the bevel kind of gets small and really tiny. But anyways, I can fix that in the next sharpening, no big deal. It is still razor sharp and ready to go. So the Gyanzo FH31 would be number 5. Coming in at number 4. By the way, it's also budget friendly and has a nice finger twirl, just saying. Coming in at number 4, the Kershaw Leak with the aluminum scales. This is the one that I have. I know that there's many variants and maybe a different variation of this would be better, but I have this one. For an assisted knife, this is probably the only ones that I've handled that I actually really like. I have a couple other Kershaws, not necessarily USA made like this one, but I do actually kind of like the auto assist on this particular knife. And again, this one is from USA made, Ken Onion design. It's got, like I said, the aluminum scales, and it's 14C28N steel, so I quite enjoy that steel type. And for auto assist, I really enjoy that action, and I think it's sleek looking. It's nice. I like the profile of the knife, the steel type, and the size. Basically, it's nice and slender and fits right in your pocket. It's one of the few knives that even though you can switch it to tip up, the tip down carry makes more sense just from where you can, you know, if you put the clip here, you have a lot more hanging out, including the safety. Whereas over here, you're far further down. So this is one of few knives that I actually carry tip down. So that's number 4. Number 3 would be the CIVI Backlash. CIVI is a great brand, budget brand from WE. You know, depends on what you consider budget, I guess, but I think it comes around to the $50 range, $60 range maybe. It's between 40 and 70, let's say that. I'm not exactly, I can't remember anymore off the top of my head. I've looked up too many knives. But I love the blue liners, gives a pop of color. That it, you know, the CIVI standard deep carry clip is nice. They could up the quality a little bit by getting rid of the button head screws and recessing it down into the G10, but that's okay. It's got a nice, comfortable, firm grip with a finger choil, some beautiful jimping, a nice hollow grind on the blade. All of these knives have had reviews, so you know, if you're curious about my opinions for deeper on any one particular knife, go ahead and check out my channel because I have reviews on each of them. But overall, I think this is a great design. It's one of CIVI's first offerings, I guess, and I think that it's a good one. It's a little bit bigger than these other ones, as you can see. Let me try to line up the butts of them. I guess they are pretty lined up. Okay. So the ergos on it are really great. I love that you can hold it, you know, back here comfortably, where a lot of knives, you know, with the finger choil, it's almost like you're meant to go there. But on this one, you can comfortably hold it back here and comfortably hold it up in the finger choil. Okay. So coming in at number 4, we have the TCSON 127. Oh my goodness. Something I should do before the videos, I guess, huh? Hang on 1 second. I want to deter the cat from jumping up. Okay, he may sabotage me yet, but I don't think so. So yes, the TCSON 127 Wong design. I like most of Wong design knives. 14C28N, again, great steel. This is a big knife. It's not my first choice in terms of EDC size, but as for the blade, you know, it's nice. It's like a laser beam. I love the saber kind of look, or the Persian-esque kind of feel. It's flat ground. It comes to a screaming point, screaming edge. This cat is trying so hard to jump up here and sabotage this video. The G10 handle that has this like micro milling that makes it almost feel micarta-ish. I like the pivot cover, just like the CIVI. I like the pivot cover there as opposed to having just the Torx showing. I do like that. I think that it's a smart thing to do. It's also great for advertising for their company, and it looks sharper, looks better. I do have I've had several Wong designs over I was just about to say over the years, but it hasn't been years, over the months, I guess. I still have a front flipper from him. Oh, the cat did jump up. We'll see if he sabotages or not. And I've had the, I can't remember what it is. I want to say the TS123 maybe. It was a slip joint that was titanium and copper. You can see the cat's tail over here if you're wondering what that movement is. Okay. Number 1, in my opinion, and you can see the size difference. I'm trying to line these up as best I can. Of course, I'm looking through the camera, which is not the smartest idea. You can see that the TCSON by far is the lengthiest of them all so far. And as far as I'm concerned, out of my collection, the number 1 flipper would have to be the CIVI Elementum for many reasons. I mean, a multitude of reasons. I think everyone is in the EDC community is familiar with the Elementum. You may or may not have one. Chances are good you do. This particular one was the Blade HQ exclusive. Also, I've had, you can find the review on my channel, but it's got the green micarta with the S35VN. Where's my focus here? Where am I? First of all, I'm upside down. How do I get this to look at it? Well, I'm trying to get it to focus on the flipper tab where it does say S35VN, but I guess you'll just have to trust me because I can't seem to get it to pick that up. I'm trying, but anyways, this particular model has an even thinner stock and hollow grind. It's like a laser. It's got this very comfortable front forward choil, very neutral handle. Same design as basically all the D2 Elementums, where there are several variations. Obviously it's a great knife. CIVI hit it out of the park with it. One thing I do have to correct, if you ever go back to my review, I said it was phosphor bronze washers, which was just by looks. And if you do look, actually hang on one second. My apologies, guys. My daughter needed me, and that is, of course, first priority. Totally lost track of what I was talking about. CIVI Elementum. CIVI hit it out of the park when they made this model. So the standard Elementum is a D2 blade and comes in several variations for hand scales. You can get micarta with the D2. So it's not like the micarta itself is exclusive. I think it's the S35VN / micarta combo that's the kind of the Blade HQ exclusive, or at least the S35VN portion. And from what I know or recall, it comes to it's thinner. The stock and or the behind the edge thickness is thinner than the standard D2 version as well. That having been said, even if this were the D2 version, the cat, seriously, even if this were the D2 version, it would most likely still be in the #1 spot for me on this list, just because it's that good. Oh, I know what I was showing you. In the review, I had said it was phosphor bronze washers, which is what I thought just by looking. And if you look, I'll try to. You see how it's like bronzed? Just based off of looking, I guess I thought that those were phosphor bronze washers, but I was corrected, and I did look it up online, and it appears that those are bearings. They just really looked like phosphor bronze washers to me. The only thing that's surprising to me, those being bearings, is the drop beaness. I guess it's a little better than, I don't know. It just, I'll give you an example. So this is #1. I don't think it's pretty undeniable, really, right? I mean, I think pretty much everyone's knife of the year, as far as not only budget folder, but flipper and all the variations and the price point and the on and on, yada yada yada, So as far as an EDC size knife that I have, that's the order I think I would go in. You could probably flip-flop one or two of these, but I think #1 would have to go to the S35VN Elementum. Now, I'll show you what I was talking about the bearings, but it's coincidentally the knife that is making an honorable mention, because #1, it's my daughter's favorite flipper, so of course she gets to have a say. She calls this one platinum. Just saying. This is the FH12, I believe. Yes, FH12 and D2. Same thing, same look as the FH11 from Ganzo, except for this one is the stainless steel liner lock variant. Now, it's on bearings, okay? It comes right out. But watch how it just drops. And maybe I'm not going to do it too well behind the camera, but I guess you could just take my word for it that it drops far more like see, it just, I barely need to do anything to get it to drop. Where on this guy, maybe it's just that the blade is so light, I don't know, but I'm surprised. I really thought it was washers based on the color, and I had not taken it apart, but based on the color and the way it had dropped. But I'm wrong. It is bearings, apparently. So this is the top 5 with the honorable mention of the FH12, nicknamed Platinum by my daughter Mary. And I do like this knife. You know, it's kind of, at the same time I got the FH31 to be my TCSON 195 holdover. I got this kind of to replicate the Kaiser T1. Yeah, this is not titanium, but it is a liner lock, and I do like the FH11 a lot. I have it. So this isn't, you know, this is pretty much identical. Blade wise, it's identical, except for this is the stone wash, I believe, finish. And obviously the FH11 is G10, which means that it's contoured, where this is not. This is just flat scales. So comfort wise, I would say the FH11 is probably better, just for the the ergos of the scales. However, as far as action's concerned, well, I really can't compare because my FH11 has no detent ball. But you can see just how smooth it just goes. I mean, and as far as acoustics goes, it's not like a high ting like a stainless steel, or not. I mean a titanium, if you know what I mean. But I'm trying to put it up next to my mic. I'm all mic'd up again here. I've got good feedback on the last video that you could hear me much better and more clearly. If I stop talking while I do this, you could hear it. Okay. Shh. Anyways, so you know, it's kind of like nice budget acoustics. But anyways, so this is, you know, it's not the top 6, it's the top 5. But I always like to bring my daughter into it, and her opinion was this one, so I'm showing it to you. So, first question for you guys. What do you think about this order? Would you have put, you know, given these knives, if you had these knives, would you put this at number 1 just like I did? Or how would you have put the order? Maybe, you know, if you don't want to get into it that specifically, if you disagree with this being number 1, what would you have put as number 1? And you can include Mary's, so let's just say this out of the 6. Okay, just curious. So, out of the flippers I have, I believe that these are my top 5 or 6, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably in that order. And again, could I reason moving a couple around, you know, like this one here and this one here? Yeah, I probably could justify it. I really like that this is USA made. I really wanted it to be higher on the list, but the blade steels, for, you know, considering the blades and the blade steels, you know, this is the same steel as that. This is a lesser steel, but better ergos as far as I'm concerned. You know, so there is some thought involved here, but this is how I came up with it. What do you guys think? If you don't think this is number 1 on my list, what would you have put as number 1? Or if this is, if you agree, what's your number 1 flipper? Tell me, or top 5 if you want to get into it. It depends how much you want to type. Tell me your top 5 or your top 1 or whatever, but leave the comment down below. Also, help me get some more subscribers. At the end of the video, you'll see my little logo thing come up here. If you're not subscribed, you can just click that to subscribe. And a video, you know, there'll be a video or something here that it suggests. Click it. Help me get some more views, guys. Share my videos if you like them. Okay. If you like them, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. boy, that gets a screaming sharp edge with that hollow grind. I think you're going to see more and more and more hollow grinds coming out, going into 2021 even. Let me look. 1, 2, 3. 3 out of the 5 here are hollow ground. 1, 2, 3. These 2 are flat ground, but this one's really thin anyways. And the Warncliffe, I mean, so interesting, isn't it? But as far as I'm concerned, this had to be number 1 out of these, right? And I do like this one. It's arguable that this could have made the list. This is D2, but there's only so much, how do I say this, Chinese D2, Chinese budget brands I wanted on the list. So, I could have done this, but I wanted a Warncliffe on there, and that one replacing one of my maybe top 2, 3 favorite knives of all time, being the TS195. I felt like that had to be there. Take note, this let me rephrase how I'm saying this. This is ambidextrous. This is ambidextrous. This meaning that you can turn the clip over on the other side where you can't hear. You can't hear, and you can't on the Elementum. Or this one. I believe there are models though that you can, but not on this one. No lefty love on most of these, but I'm a righty. So, sorry lefties. Alright, so that's my video. That's my top 5 and Mary's choice. Let me know what you guys think down below. Thumbs up if you liked the video. Share it. Keep coming back. I love talking to you, so go down there. Alright, talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up. And for more content like this, consider subscribing and then hit that notification bell so that you don't miss anything. Have a great day.